Hello. Okay, I got out some of my lettered beads and I got some messages. So let's start off with that first. So there are 7 beads here. The number 7 may be significant. You may be seeing 7s, a combination potentially of 1s and 7s. Okay, so the letters, I'll read them out to you in case it may be significant for someone. L, F, S, A, G, E, J. Okay, let's go through some of the things that I wrote down here. Okay, and this is one of the messages that I got before looking at the beads, just while I was sitting outside. Taking in the healing rays of the sun. Okay. It may feel like the opposite is happening. And this, I believe, relates to some of the messages that I got once I got out the beads. It may feel like the opposite is happening. So, what surfaced was, well, this is a part of Neville Goddard's teachings. You may listen to or read Neville Goddard's content. Okay. It may, because when I heard that phrase, it may feel like the opposite is happening. It may feel or seem like the opposite is happening. That made me think of Neville Goddard's teachings about ignoring the quote facts, ignoring the quote reality, ignoring facts, ignoring reality. Basically, listening to your intuition rather than your quote logical mind that's conditioned to think in terms of limitation, separation, lack, and fear. So advice to channel your inner rebel. And I wrote something here. Okay, let's just get to it later. Let's just go in order, in linear fashion. Okay. Also, another message. You are an extension and expression of the prime creator. So when you create, play, you're accessing your home frequency. So gentle encouragement, and Spirit is always encouraging us to get playful and creative. Why? Because that is what we truly are. That allows us, our human selves, to access our home frequency, our true frequency. It gets us in touch with our divine selves, which is the truth of what we truly are. Okay, so I mentioned the number 7. Okay. The number 7 made me think of the Chariot card in the Tarot, so I looked it up online and I wrote victory. I can't read my own handwriting. Someone may have messy handwriting. Okay, so experiencing victory through directing your focus, where you direct your energy. And this message is coming up in a way that is quite noticeable for me. The importance of where we direct our energy, because where our attention goes, energy grows. So, being mindful of where you direct your energy. Okay, let's move on. I got the word lease, and then I heard a new lease on life. The word sale, the sale of a home potentially. There's a strong energy of home, a new home potentially. Someone's initials may be GJ or JG. I also got sage, the herb sage. You may enjoy cooking using sage, but also sage means wisdom. That's what it makes me think of, wisdom, and that made me think of the Hermit and the Hierophant in the Tarot. Also, okay, in returning to home, that made me think of homestead as well. Someone may be a Sagittarius, or Sagittarius season may be significant. Also salt, as well as the false self, the dissolution of the false self, okay? And returning to self, the reminder of focusing on self-care, on self-love, on focusing on your own energy. I also got leaf, L-E-A-F. I looked up that meaning. Main keywords: personal growth, renewal, transformation, interconnectedness with all of creation. I also got the word safe, the state of stability. Okay, so that now makes me think of the Emperor card, also Pentacles energy. A focus on the upper chakras, crown, third eye, heart and throat chakra. Leg, L-E-G, getting a leg up, so to speak. So receiving support on your path. Also the word lag, L-A-G. You may feel like you're lagging behind, and this is a gentle reminder to focus, like I said before. Reminder to focus on your own energy and path. You are not late, you are not behind. This is false information. What your mind is saying is false. And I wrote here the acronym FEAR, false evidence appearing real, returning to the initial message of it may feel like, it may seem like the opposite is happening. Yes, it may feel or seem like the opposite is happening. So get in the energy of gentle and peaceful defiance. I already mentioned being an inner, channeling your inner rebel. So that also, I also got from the beads, false flag. Okay, lots of swords energy, making me think of the Seven of Swords. Again, the number 7 may be significant. False flag, illusions. There's more going on. Can't read my... There's more going on beyond what the physical senses can detect. And you know this, your inner wisdom, because you're wise. We mentioned the word sage and wisdom. Also, the mentioning of your upper chakras, including your crown and third eye. You are very intuitive. You have strong intuitive abilities and skills. Your psychic gifts are strengthening, developing, and more may be awakening as well. And I also got, well, someone may be a smoker and someone may be British. Okay. Let's move on. Let's go to the angels and ancestors. What message or messages wants to come through for the collective from the angels and ancestors? Please, Spirit, loving messages and guidance for the collective, please. Loving messages for the collective. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Okay, 3 cards. Heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Okay, so giving and receiving energy. Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving love. So being open-hearted enough to give and receive reciprocal energies. Okay, 1010 when I looked up. Okay, heart guardian, the number red. So that makes me think of my mentioning of stability, the root chakra. That makes me think now. Okay, also we have the sun. Enjoy success and happiness. And summer. Bees may be significant for someone. Someone may love honey. Maybe you put honey in your tea. Okay, bask in joy and light. So, very uplifting energies here. Love and let yourself be loved. The sun, we have the sun. And summer. The color yellow may be significant as well. Makes me think of the solar plexus. Okay. Enjoy success and happiness. Summer. Bask in joy and light. So lots of joyful energy. And focus on light. Focusing on your own light. Focusing on self-care. Being loving and kind to yourself. And that energy will be returned to you in more ways than one, in more ways than the logical mind can imagine. Okay, there's a higher power at play, so much more powerful, imaginative, creative than the logical mind. Let's read about the heart guardian. Page 107. See? Didn't we mention that you may be seeing ones and sevens? Okay. 107. Okay. Welcome with open arms, opportunities to give and receive love. Okay, that makes me think of aces, the aces in the tarot. Ace of Cups, for example. The opportunity to give and receive love. Okay. The heart guardian is an angelic energy that can help you call for protection and guidance with all issues surrounding the heart. Protection makes me think of the word safe that I mentioned here. The feeling of stability. Okay. Guidance with all issues surrounding the heart. I keep interrupting myself. I apologize. Excuse me. The heart guardian is an angelic energy that can help you call for protection and guidance with all issues surrounding the heart. This is essentially the angel who helps you with all relationships, whether they be with yourself, family, or even a romantic connection. And we did mention the upper chakras, including the heart chakra. She can enable you to move beyond any limiting fears about trust, limiting fears, false flags, the acronym of fear, false evidence appearing real. She can enable you to move beyond any limiting fears about trust, discern, so using your wisdom, your inner wisdom, discern whom to trust and understand how you can move forward in a balanced relationship with that person. In this card, she is adorned with a sacred heart and draped in a red cloak to show her capacity to let love lead the way. That stands out. Let love lead the way. Excuse me. Extended message. You are love, lovable and loving. Yes, that is your true frequency. The energy of love is surrounding your whole world at this time. Angels are swirling around you, encouraging you to open your heart and reveal the blessings that you have to offer. So, revealing your gifts and abilities, sharing them with others. So this is acknowledgement, recognition from Source of just how talented, gifted you are. They want you to know that you are a highly loving being who deserves to give and receive love. So self-worth, again, make me think of the solar plexus. Recognizing your own worth, your innate, eternal, immeasurable worth, which does not have to be earned. You are always worthy of giving and receiving love. If you are finding it challenging to feel love at this time, it's important for you to give yourself credit where it's due. Yes. Giving yourself credit, recognizing yourself, acknowledging yourself. You are also encouraged to welcome support from others. Okay, I think we mentioned support. Support, support, support. Yeah, getting a leg up, receiving support. You are also encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive. That is a huge lesson for many of us in the collective. Learning to receive. Recognizing that we are worthy enough to receive love and support. And again, it is not something that needs to be earned. That is how we learned about worthiness and receiving blessings in the 3D matrix of limitation. That is a limited way of conceptualizing what love is. It is not a business transaction. Okay, let me continue. Learn to receive. Don't try and do everything on your own. Yes, so that makes me think of the Ten of Wands. Taking the full responsibility on your shoulders of trying to do everything on your own. You deserve to receive support, and you are receiving it, especially in the spiritual. But this is a reminder, a hint from your spirit team, that you will be receiving physical support as well, that you will be receiving a leg up from like-minded souls in your physical reality. And if the ego feels like this is, well, how's that going to happen? When's it going to happen? Well, again, that makes me think of the FEAR acronym. Just because there's no evidence, it doesn't mean that it isn't going to happen. And let's repeat the opening phrase. It may feel and seem like the opposite is happening. So basically ignore the facts. Ignore reality. Ignore the truth within you. That is more real than what's going on in the physical. And I know that that is a doozy for the logical mind to even wrap its head around. You know there's more going on. Okay. If you are working on a relationship or are in a new relationship, this card can usher in energies that allow you to forge a powerful connection with your partner. Love is in the air. Okay. Not only romantic, platonic. Love in all forms. You deserve love in all forms. Okay. 19 minutes. Where shall we go, Spirit? Where shall we go? Next, next, next. Shall we go to Tarot? Okay, you know what? I'm just noticing this image here of the sun. And it kind of looks like what's on the back of this Tarot deck. This is the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians. So let's go to this one. Any messages for the collective from the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians? Okay, I'm getting go towards the light, go towards the light. again, make me think of false flags. Be peacefully defiant of the facts, of the quote facts, of your physical reality. Your mind, looking at the bee, your mind might be buzzing at this time, trying to distract you. Okay. Aha, new beginnings. Okay. Persephone. All right, beautiful dress she's wearing. 20:55 on the timer. Okay. Let's read about Persephone. Persephone. Page 138. I think that adds up to 12. Is it? 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 8 is 12. That's a Hanged Man card in the Tarot. So you're in the energy of surrender, trust, patience, which may be frustrating for the human self at times. Okay, what page was this? 138. There we go. Okay. You may feel lost, exhausted, afraid, or shrouded in darkness. That makes me think of the acronym of fear. The false flag. But go towards the light. Keep following the light that's already within you, the light of your truth. You may feel lost, exhausted, afraid, or shrouded in darkness, but Persephone is here to say, don't give up. She reminds you of the dual feminine powers of diving underground only to rise up again totally renewed. That makes me think of the phoenix symbolism. Perhaps it feels as though something in your life is ending or broken down. Yet Persephone invites you to see things differently. Perspective, yeah, like the Hanged Man. Shifting your perspective. Being mindful of where you put your energy. Going towards the light. We've got the sun energy, summer. So a strong energy of where you put your energy, about your perspective, just how powerful a shift and perspective can be on our state of being. Okay, perhaps it feels as though something in your life is ending or broken down, yet Persephone invites you to see things differently as an opportunity for magical new beginnings. And I believe we read about opportunities when reading about the Heart Guardian. It will pay off now to dig as deep as you can into your soul for a fresh start. Make the effort to create positive change, and it will reward you. Like a phoenix rising, we mentioned the phoenix, you're a skilled alchemist who can begin over and over again in life, creating stronger foundations, making me think of the color red and the root chakra. Creating stronger foundations, soul-inspired work, and enriched relationships. And we already read about relationships earlier when reading about the Heart Guardian. You have what it takes to ascend into spring. Interesting. Now that there's a mention of spring, new beginnings. Taking deep spiritual lessons from the underworld with you. Additional meanings. You can successfully deal with an illness, relationship difficulty, or life challenge. Don't give up. Okay, strong energy. They're repeating that again. Don't give up. So at times, your human self may want to just throw in the towel. And this is nothing to feel guilty or ashamed about. We all know what this feels like. We're all here having a human experience. That is part of the journey. That is part of the evolution. That is part of the ascension journey. As Persephone symbolizes the mother-daughter bond, this card may signify a rebirth, significant change, or healing within this relationship. You're a complex, intense soul who needs testing periods in your, quote, underworld to recall your spiritual power and alchemize your light. So you're a powerful alchemist. You're the living example of the phoenix rising. So the phoenix may resonate quite strongly with you. Okay, invocation. Persephone, help me to begin again, taking sacred lessons from the challenges I've faced. Stand beside me as I emerge, renewed from the darkness. Yes, renewed from the darkness, emerging from the shadows, the, quote, underworld, to bask in the sun, to bask in the light of your truth, of your home frequency of unconditional love. Okay, let's get a few tarot. This is the Light Seers Pocket Edition. The Devil card. False flag. The acronym of fear. False evidence appearing real. It may feel or seem like the opposite is happening. And there's the opposite, the Wheel of Fortune. Go towards the light. Keep going towards the light. Focus your energy on the light. You are receiving a new lease on life despite what? The evidence in your material reality may be showing you. It may feel like the opposite is happening. Channel your inner rebel. And this is not a surprise. Four of Pentacles, yeah. Making me think of the word safe that we mentioned, the state of stability. But the opposite it may feel like the opposite is happening. Illusions, yeah, illusions. And this is going to feel like a challenge, of course, because we're so used to being in our heads, of being, quote, logical, and looking at the physical world for evidence of truth. But we're learning or remembering to just go within. That's where the truth lies. That's where manifestation begins, in the unseen. And there's the Hanged Man. We mentioned the Hanged Man. Okay. Perception is powerful. Yep, stand your ground. Don't give up. We've heard that at least twice when reading about Persephone. Page of Pentacles. Okay, new opportunities. We read about opportunities as well. And getting grounded. Page of Pentacles is very grounded. Yep. 10. 10 of Wands. The disillusion of illusions. Choosing inner truth over outer, quote, reality. It may feel like the opposite is happening. And look at that. Contrasting energies. 9 of Cups. She is basking in her joy and light. She is enjoying her success and happiness because she knows just how innately worthy she is. Physical evidence does not determine our worth. Nine of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment. And her body language is very open. She is open to giving and receiving love. Knowing, again, her innate worth, her worthiness of receiving and giving love, her worthiness of success, happiness, joy, and light. Again, strong emphasis. There are golden tones here. We saw the golden tones on the Sun card, Summer card, making me think of the solar plexus. So self-worth, such a strong theme here. And here's the Hermit. We mentioned the Hermit. Yeah, going within, focusing on self. Knight of Cups. Yeah, that just makes me think about letting yourself be loved. Opening your heart to receive aligned love, to receive aligned connections, knowing that you are worthy of support, receiving support, loving support from others. The Moon. Now we have the Sun and the Moon. The Sun first came out, masculine energy here. And now the Moon, feminine energy, receiving energy, receiving love. Justice. And looking at these 2 cups, yeah, it makes me think of the 2 of Cups. The coming together, the joining of 2 hearts. So connections, relationships. Being receptive to new relationships as well. And the balancing of existing ones. And there are two images here. So this makes me think, okay, human self, higher self. The self that you are becoming, that you are coming into union with. As your frequency rises, Your consciousness expands. You're getting more balance. And your human mind may think, no, there's no evidence that progress is being made. I'm going to sound like a broken record. It may feel like the opposite is happening. Channel your inner rebel. Ignore the facts and reality. Look at that. Yep, we're going to end it here. The star card, number 17. We already mentioned you may be seeing 1s and 7s. Yeah, focus on the light. Just focus on your own energy, your own light within your home frequency of love. Okay. I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much. Take care.